they left, Jungkook turned toward Taehyung and was about to open his mouth to say something, but Taehyung shut his mouth with hymns. Jungkook was surprised and shocked at this sudden kiss, but as Taehyung moved his lips on his, he lost it and cupped his face, kissing the back with the same passion. They both felt again and complete. Again happiness, again love filled their soul. After pulling back, they bite his lips hard, make him yelp. What's that for? He asked, for foaming. For thinking that you could leave me, they said, with his trembling lips, and his eyes were again filled up. Sweetheart, don't sweetheart me. How can you even think that I can be happy with someone else? Did you forget? My heart's every beat only belongs to you. My soul, my body only belongs to you. They paused and cupped his face with one hand, and the other was still holding the baby. I was hurt. I was angry, but I never stopped loving you. I couldn't even try. You're the only one whom Taehyung loves and will love him till the last breath. How can you just give up on me? They whispered, close to his face, and asked the last sentence with hurt, and saw his eyes were moisture. But I thought you hate me, Tae. I tried my best, but when I saw you in Invu's arm, crying and saying that you are tired of all this, I thought you were tired of me. I thought I lost you, and I can't give you the happiness which you deserve. My forced love will hurt you, and you will need to go away from here, from your happiness, and that's why I left you. He said and looked down. Taehyung saved his eyes, and they only listened to him silently, crying, seeing his broken face. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Cook. I couldn't see your love. I was so blinded in my head and angered that I couldn't see how much I broke you. Your trust, love, always there in your eyes, but I was blind to see that. I'm sorry, Cook. I hurt you that much. He cut him off by his face. No, sweetheart. No. I'm sorry, he said, and kissed the temple. Looked at his daughter who was staring at them. He looked at his arms and kissed his forehead and cheeks. If she didn't insist on coming out in this world, then maybe we won't even be together. My greatest strength is my Tae-hee, he said, looking at her with a bright smile. At his face, they looked at him confused. Tae-hee, they don't know if he was thinking right or not. He looked at Taehyung and smiled, nodding his head. John Tae-hee. He announced his daughter's name, kissing her forehead. It's a very beautiful name, they command, and smiling, feeling that contact the name. Tae-hee started crying and Taehyung took her in his arm. She didn't stop crying. I think she is hungry, Jungkook said, looking at the daughter. Taehyung hummed and looked at Jungkook before turning his back toward him. Start feeding her daughter. It's not necessary, you know, Jungkook commented, putting his chin on his shoulder. He was clearly see his daughter's face. Yeah, I know, was all they said with blushing. Kissing Taehyung's cheeks, he reminded they are looking at his daughter. Face still his sleep. Taehyung turned around and Jungkook carefully took her and laid her in the cot and sat beside Taehyung. Tae, I want to give you something, he said and bit his lips, clearly feeling unsure. What? They asked, raising his eyebrow. He took out the same ring box, which they threw out of the window. Cook, they gasped as he reminded that another cruel and heartbreaking act. I want you to wear this before you change your mind. He said and chuckled, but his eyes were big and filling with tears. He instantly realized that they had felt hurt. No, Tae, please don't cry again. I was joking, he said, quickly wiping his tear. I'm sorry, Tae again said. Oh God, you will never change, my crybaby, he chuckled and kissed his nose as he went. I'm not a crybaby. Jungkook started laughing wholeheartedly as he saw his old Taeyong, his childhood best friend, his lover, his wife. Remember, that was the exact word you used in our first night. Jungkook said and still laughing. They also joined his laugh as he also remembered. Yeah, you did. You didn't have any shame in calling your wife a crybaby on our wedding night, they said, was still laughing a bit, while Cook, but it was true. You always cry, he said and laughed. Cook, they groaned, he chuckled and peeked his cheeks before taking his hand and put the ring on his ring finger. He again placed a soft kiss on his lips, mumbling, I love you. They smiled and hugged him tightly, returning his love confession with him. I love you too. They hugged each other tightly. Tae-hee, Jungkook called her. After some time, he remembered something. Pulling back, he looked at him. Why did you hug Inwoo? He didn't want to ask, but his possessiveness got the best out of it. Taeyong looked at him in embarrassed and scared, and Jungkook shook his head. No, Tae, I'm not angry. I just wanted to know why you were crying. In 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 his arms. Thought he was saying he wasn't angry, but they could clearly see that how angry he was. He couldn't even say that how much he was hurt seeing him crying in someone else's arm. They put his hand on his shoulder, wrapping his arms around him tightly, remembering what had happened. You know, I went shopping for our baby, and Inver was with me. They explained everything, and Jungkook held him tightly. I have already forgive you, but still my fear that you will betray me again, and your love is not true. Make me stop from pulling me in my arms like that. They said and hugged him tightly. But as you give me on my thinking, my happiness is not to be with someone else. And for my happiness, you will to leave everything. That time you erased that fear from me. If you didn't come back, I would have died, they said, and a sob left their mouth. He instantly pulled back in his arm. My love, I'm sorry. I swear I will never ever leave you again, he whispered, nestling his face in his neck. He saw the locket in his neck, feeling joy and pure happiness still escaped his eyes, and he pulled a kiss on their neck. They felt the tears on his neck, and tightly he gripped on him. They both came back to house. They went to their daughter's room. They have two daughters, Tae-hee, 4-year-old, and Ain, 3-year-old. As Jungkook and Taeyong entered the room, they heard a loud voice, Daddy! And that was Tae-hee. She ran to Jungkook. She didn't waste a mere second before picking his daughter in his arm. Daddy's life. Kissing her cheeks, he said, You're very bad. You left us. Tae-hee complained about pouting. Sorry. Holding his one ear, he said, Someone hasn't noticed that their mama is also here too. Taeyong said and pouting. Tae-hee were pulled back and looked at Taeyong. You go to your daughter. She is missing you. Saying that, she again put his head on Jungkook's shoulder, while Jungkook would chuckle at that, and they looked at her with wide eyes. You're not my daughter. Taeyong again asked in pouting. No. Come with a straight answer. Tae is a straightforward girl. She was angry at Tae. Cause this morning when Taeyong and Jungkook was leaving for the hospital, she begged for them to take her. Jungkook agreed, but they didn't. She said that if they took Tae-hee, then I will be sad and cry. They couldn't take Ain because she was in a little fever. That's why they has been too a little strict. And here Tae-hee always say that same thing when she felt they thinks about Ain even more than her. Only if they know it meant her both parents. It's not like that they love Ain less. No, they love both of them the same. They love Tae-hee. But Jungkook and Taeyong was a little sensitive toward Tae-hee because they couldn't forget what they went through when Tae-hee was in Taeyong's womb. Taehyung smiled and kissed his small hand. I must love you, Taehyung said softly, but he is not a bit stubborn. They even everything from Jungkook. His looks, attitude, confidence, boldness. Yes, he is a bit selfish, but not to hurt anyone. She loves everyone and listen to them, but she know many ways to make them agree what she want. But sometimes they become different. No one could say no to her. She can't take no as well. The heart is too sensitive for that. And the main reason behind her spoiling nature was Jungkook. You was never see a single tear in her eyes. In this, he even take Tae-hee's side in her wrong, sometime unintentionally, but he ignored Ain for Tae-hee.